Well, per usual, welcome or welcome back. Glad to have you. Today, we are going to talk about double screen boards. If you've watched all my other videos, I've switched pretty much over to single deeps, so there's not a lot of double screen boarding going on anymore, but I still have 3 hives out here at the farm that are double deeps, and we're gonna put double screen boards on those today. What's a double screen board? Well, it's easier to see probably on this. There's a couple different types. Double screen board is a double screen. You've got a screen, it's separated by a board. Might be kind of hard to see that, kind of show you the way that looks a little bit. And the objective of these is to split hives. It's a pretty simple way to do it. It's kind of like a walk-away split, only you still have the resources of both hives kind of working together. The basic premise of that whole thing is the queen is almost always in the top box at this time of year. She's kind of zipping between both, tends to spend most of her time up in the top box. You basically crack open the boxes and you slide the screen bottom board in and you open up a back entrance. You'll see that in a few minutes. And the bees will go, feels like the queen is not in this hive. This is an issue. So the box that doesn't have a queen in it is separated and they will build emergency queen cells below. It's a really simple way to go. I've had a lot of success with it, and we're going to show you how I do that today. I can't show you obviously the success of it because it takes about 7 to 10 days for the bees to develop a new queen, but we'll come back. So that'll be a video in 2 weeks, I hope, and we'll show you either the success or the failure of that, and then we'll move on from there. So let's get on with it. I got a whole truckload of equipment. I wasn't sure what I was gonna need, so I just kept throwing it in. It kept coming out of the shed, and my wife says, you know what, Dave, you look just like Mary Poppins. And so, got it all in here. Gotta get the smoker going, gotta get down there, gotta get moving. We're burning daylight, let's go. So double screen board is a really pretty simple thing to do. So 2 deeps, right? So what we basically want to be able to do is separate these 2 deeps. Probably 90% of the time the queen is up here. What we'll do is we'll put the double screen board in with the notch to the top. We're gonna slide it in here. What that basically forces things to do is that the queen will be up here. All the foragers that are up here are going to leave today at some point or whenever, but they're going to leave, but they're conditioned to go back into the front. She's going up and down and up and down, so I'm sure that there's eggs down here. And I'll take a peek if they'll let me, and then the hive down here will think it's queenless, and they will build supercedure cells usually within the next 7 to 10 days. And then we'll come back and check for supercedure cells. If we have a supercedure cell in here, that means that they are going to be raising a new queen. I will take this box then off because almost all the foragers are out of this box. I'll take it, I'm gonna move it down there. I'm gonna build another hive stand down there. Put this box out there. Any foragers that are still in there are going to be conditioned to come back to this spot. So we're not going to lose any bees with that. But then up here, all you've really got is nurse bees and the queen. I'll keep an eye on it, make sure that they've got enough food, and I'll bring resources in if I need to, but they usually do pretty well and have enough food to survive until the foragers start coming back. Then from there, you've got a split. It's kind of a walk-away split, but this double screen board helps keep heat in and keeps things moving along pretty good. I like this system. It's really super simple. It's a lot less work than a split, to tell you the truth. So here we go. First I gotta clean up the mess I made. Because I can almost guarantee you that this is just insulation. But I can guarantee you that they've built comb in between this quilt box and this candy board. I can guarantee it. But let's see what kind of a mess we've got. Let me get a little bit of smoke though. You know, they have not. This broke free, so that's a great sign. Oh, I guess they have not. Well, it's not as bad. So I like to, if I need to pound bees down, but I don't want to create all sorts of havoc in a hive. As you can see, I put my hive tool in here, and I just simply, sometimes it's easier on I just simply, and that tends to knock most of them down. Although in this box, they're in the front, so we're going to come up front here and do the same thing. Just drive those bees down a little bit so I can clean this off. Oh, this is called a shaving spillage preventer, as much as I possibly can, so I can scrape that comb off of there. So I'm trying to figure out, I had this down the line a little earlier, how I'm getting drones up here, unless I somehow have a laying worker, or they're moving. I don't really know that bees move eggs up, but this is definitely drone comb. Very, very interesting. I'm gonna save that. I'm talking to some second graders this week, and that's going to be a great piece to show them. Yeah, these are drone comb. Very interesting. But this is also a really good opportunity for you to take a look and make sure that you're not seeing any varroa mite. That hurt. Whoops, I didn't mean to drop you. And I am not. So that's good. You see that stinger right there? Let's get that out of me. More drone comb. Okay, let's again drive these guys down a little bit if I can. Oh, you guys to go back in. I need you guys down. This is more. Kind of tough with the wind. That's not my hive tool. Just grab anything, Dave. Let's get these out of here. They're serving no useful purpose. Very few hive beetles, which I find kind of interesting. Okay, so I am going to, that's a good thing. I'm going to put this cover back on and see if I can get it to stick down for me. Okay, and here's why I'm going to do this, or why I'm doing this. So I'm going to take this hive body off, and I'm going to set it over here, and I'm going to examine the bottom of it, and I'm going to drive down any bees that are on there with a smoker. I'm going to drive them to the top so I can get in there and work. But if I have it upside down and I smoke them, what's going to end up happening is all the bees are just going to fly out the front. And then I got bees everywhere, and it's just kind of a pain. If I can keep the top on this and it doesn't fall off, it just makes my life a lot easier as I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Let's hope we don't see any swarm cells. I may be able to just work this way without having to move it. Okay, so this is interesting. So if you can see here, this is a queen cup, queen cups, queen cups, queen cups, but none of them have queens in them. So they haven't been filled, but they are preparing for that. So what I'm going to do is clean all that off. And it's probably easier for me to move these carefully up here. Well, see, and that's what you don't want to have happen. Okay. So let's clean. Yeah, we're taking a few drone cells out too, but that's just... Okay, so that basically, when I do this, it takes away another part of their incentive. And then I will take my double screen board, which I should have done originally just to keep these guys in. And I'll put that on, clean this mess off my bench. That'll give the raccoons something to play with tonight. Let me make sure I've got this where I want it. Let's get those out of there too. Okay, so let's try to get this back on here without hurting me or the bees. There we go. Okay. And let's get these guys to go back down so I can get this top on. Everybody out. And there you have it. And that's how you do it. There's really not a lot to it. Yeah, there's a little bit of havoc with bees, but hey, you know, part of my problem was I left the candy boards on. But I got to be honest with you, when I came back 2 weeks ago, I had these candy boards on and there was a ton of sugar still in them. So that tells me that they still needed the food. We are going kaboom right now, so I'm not too concerned about food because I'm seeing so much come in. So leaving them on is a good thing. It's kind of a hassle for me right now, but okay, let's get this stuff packed up. I've got one more double screen to put on. I'm not going to bore you with that. I just wanted you to see how it's done. So that's the basics of it. We're gonna come back in like a week, 10 days. We're gonna check this box. We're gonna see if we got supercedure cells in it, see how that's all going, and hopefully it does. If it took, I'll leave this box here. I'll take this box and move it down the line. I'm gonna put another hive stand down there. These guys will be set to go. There's a queen in there. She's laying like crazy. And the foragers will come out of this box, go back around, and they'll all live down in this box. This one will just be full of nurse bees because they're around the queen and the brood. And there you have it. It's super simple. I get a pretty high success rate with it, and we'll show you in a couple weeks. Anyway, hey, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Appreciate if you hit that subscribe button and the like button. And please leave comments down, or if I didn't explain something well enough, let me know, and we'll talk about it in the comments. But until next time, happy beekeeping. See ya.